Hey there! You might know Barak in Spanish. Our channel has over 400,000 subscribers. Well, this is the official English version. Same content, same passion. Now in your language. But we need your help to grow. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this new journey. Now, let's get back to the video. In Mexico, there are 130 million inhabitants, plus 40 million immigrants, the vast majority of whom live in the United States. Chivas Rayadas de Guadalajara, a team that has always stepped onto the pitch with 11 Mexican players, has a magnetic pull that captivates the most patriotic fans or simply those who are proud of their roots in both countries. How many millions of Chivas fans are there in the world? It's impossible to know for sure, but we can get a sense of the club's popularity from something that can be measured: social media reach. How many people follow Chivas or at least engage with their content? The answer is 7.5 million on Facebook, 4 million on TikTok, 4 million on Twitter, or whatever you prefer to call it, 3.5 million on Instagram, and 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, for a total of 20 million. Chivas ranks 40th among the most followed football clubs in the world. The Mexican side surpasses global clubs like Napoli, West Ham United, Newcastle United, Aston Villa, Bayer Leverkusen, Benfica, Sporting, Porto, and Vasco da Gama in terms of social media reach. The one they don't surpass in popularity is Besiktas, their third biggest club in Turkey, which boasts 22 million followers, more than even the second most followed club in France, Olympique Marseille. Besiktas proudly calls itself the people's team, and its stadium holds the Guinness World Record for the loudest ever recorded, 132 decibels during a match against Liverpool. That's louder than an ambulance siren. If we accept that Premier League giants, La Liga powerhouses, Serie A elites Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain are in a league of their own, then Besiktas stands as the 14th most followed club among the rest of the world. With a solid army of 7 million on Instagram, 7 million on Facebook, 5 million on X or Twitter, 2 million on TikTok, and 2 million on YouTube. Sao Paulo has 23 million followers, proof of the fame of the third most beloved club in the city that bears its name. More than a legitimate competition to compare the strength of football leagues across the globe, the FIFA Club World Cup has turned into a popularity contest. Borussia Dortmund, the European club with the best home attendance, could barely draw 57,000 fans across its three group stage matches. Chelsea only managed 109,000 across its three first round games. Inter Milan brought in a total of 110,000 spectators. Bayern Munich attracted 118,000 in the stands of North American stadiums. Manchester City reached 132,000. Boca Juniors pulled 136,000 and Palmeiras 142,000, the fifth best average attendance in the group stage of the Club World Cup, only behind Real Madrid, Inter Miami, Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico de Madrid. So yes, Palmeiras made it clear, not just with their quality of football, but with their massive popularity, backed by 23.5 million users actively following what the Sao Paulo club shares on its social media. Ajax is historically one of Europe's greats, a club famous around the world, but not playing in one of the 5 major leagues significantly impacts its financial and social reach. No matter how legendary Ajax might be, they used to play in the Eredivisie, and that results in limited income. Adidas pays them little. Their sheet sponsor pays even less. TV rights are a joke, and as a consequence, Ajax doesn't have the resources to grow its brand to the level of clubs from the more powerful leagues. Ajax has 27 million followers worldwide. River Plate, along Borussia Dortmund, is one of the clubs that draws the largest crowds to its stadium every weekend. It is, after Bayern Munich and Benfica, the sports club with the most members in the world, and its global reach extends to 29 million profiles actively interested in the team. Although they never really explain how they reached that number, Club America claims to have 45 million fans. Filthy. Controversial supporters. 30 million in Mexico and 15 million in the United States. Whether that's true or not, what can be counted are their social media followers. 12 million on Facebook, 6 million on Instagram, 5.5 million on TikTok, 5 million on Twitter, and 1.5 million YouTube subscribers, for a total of 30 million primitive people with bad taste. 30 million respectable users with questionable preferences. No one has actually gone out and counted them, but it's estimated that Boca Juniors has 18 million fans in Argentina, plus another 16 million around the world. Boca inspires a special kind of admiration in Europe, where some niche groups see it as a cult club. That admiration is backed by some very specific, yet powerful examples, like Antoine Griezmann attending a Copa Libertadores final wearing the Ceneice shirt, or Erling Haaland proudly sporting it during his vacation in Buenos Aires, or Daniele De Rossi choosing to go and retire at La Bombonera just to live out the most romantic dream. On social media, Boca Juniors has 30 million followers. The people in the world's three most populous countries, India, China, and the United States, don't really like football. But in Indonesia, the fourth most populated country on earth, they absolutely love it, even if they're not that good at playing it. If this is the first time in your sad later life that someone's telling you about Persib Bandung, don't worry, I had never heard of them before making this video. I hadn't even heard of the city of Bandung, the third largest in Indonesia. Persib Bandung is more than just a football club. It's a cultural phenomenon on the island of Java, spreading across Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. Even though the team isn't particularly successful, it has won 9 league titles, has never gone past the quarterfinals in the AFC Champions League, and ranks 45th in the Asian club standings. Its fanbase is recognized as the most passionate and unique in all of Asia. Persib Bandung has 11 million followers on Facebook, 9 million on Instagram, 6 million on TikTok, 5 million on Twitter, and 2 million on YouTube. 33 million followers in total. Across the entire Asian continent, there's only one club with more followers than Persib Bandung, Al Hilal, the biggest, most popular and most powerful team in Asia. The rise of Arab football has massively boosted Al Hilal's visibility. Once limited to the borders of Saudi Arabia, the club now boasts 38 million followers, or at least that many internet users actively keeping up with the team. 32% of Turkish football fans follow Fenerbahce, and apparently a third of Turks worldwide who care about football follow them too. That's a massive number, enough for Fenerbahce to reach 39 million followers across Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Most of us probably expected higher numbers from Brazil, but only about 46% of Brazilians says they like football, according to a recent study. Surveys showed that 1 of every 5 football fans in Brazil supports Corinthians, so If we subtract the poor souls in Brazil who aren't into football, the under 5 population that still doesn't even know what football is about, and the 80% of fans who aren't Corinthians supporters, we're left with approximately 20 million hardcore fans of Sao Paulo's most popular club, and in social media, Corinthians has 42 million followers, putting them on par with Roma, the fourth most followed team in Italian football. If minor teams like Besiktas and Fenerbahce are among the 15 most popular teams in the world, it could not be different for the Turkish giant Galatasaray. Across all of Europe, there are more than 100,000 of Donal Kebab locals, vital establishments for the low-income tourist or anyone looking for an appetizer. In most of these places, we will be able to find a Galatasaray flag, a club that counts 54 million followers on social media. People usually compare Ahly fans to Boca Juniors fans, and you know what? It's not a crazy comparison. Maybe Egyptians fans are crazier. The Club World Cup stadiums prove that. The Egyptian squad brought 136,000 that didn't stop singing in the 3 matches. Very well. If it is because of the passion, they're considered the African Boca. In terms of awards, is the African Real Madrid, with 45 Egyptian leagues, 12 CAF Champions League. In fact, Ahly is the most awarded team in the world. People like to win, and especially Egyptians. This is how 70% of Egyptians that like football are Ahly fans. Screw the Boca la mitad más uno. Ahly has 58 million followers in social media, which makes Ahly the second most followed team in the world. There are 15 clubs in the world we can truly call global, because the reach knows no borders. 15 teams that don't need local roots to justify the unconditional love they get from millions of fans who, in theory, have no connection to them. The most followed football teams in the world are Real Madrid and Barcelona. Then, way behind them, Manchester United. Next, believe it or not, Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City. On the next tier of global popularity come Juventus, Liverpool, Chelsea and Bayern Munich. Then come Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. Further behind but still global are Atletico de Madrid, Milan and Inter Milan. Borussia Dortmund is the last of the clubs that generate genuine interest and affection all around the planet. Which brings us to Flamengo. Even though it has a very limited international presence, Flamengo's base in Brazil alone is enough for it to be the 15th most popular football club in the world, with 66 million followers keeping up with everything the Rio-based club does. That makes Flamengo the most followed club in Brazil, easily surpassing Borussia Dortmund and trailing only behind the 6 Premier League giants, the Big Three of Spain, the Italian giants, the German superpower, and France's top club. Inter Miami and Al Nassr are 2 clubs that, for now, are also among the most followed on the planet. But let's be honest, both are on borrowed time. Messi's team has 38 million followers, far more than America, River Plate or Boca Juniors. Al Nassr has 62 million, which means it surpasses 14 out of the 15 clubs in this ranking, all except Flamengo.